Hi, it's Hazy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm making a sort of layer cake. This is actually more layered. This is the prototype, but I managed to get it more layered. So it's a layer cake junk journal, mini junk journal made out from index cards. My own design, my own idea. So I've not copied it from anywhere else apart from I've been inspired by Septeria 18. But it's not the same as what she's done. Okay, so I'll just show you how I made it and give you the ideas of what to use it for, what to use the parts for and everything. And obviously you can decorate it up a little bit more than I have if you like. I mean, I do them quite plain. You could put things on, but that would make it a bit more, perhaps a bit more bulky unless you put sticker on. I've used stickers in here, but that's a bit plain, isn't it? So etc, etc. We won't dwell on that. We'll talk about that during the thing. I want to say thank you so much to anybody who has given me a thumbs up on any video or this one. Thank you so much. In fact, I do say thank you every time I see any more thumbs up. Say thank you. And if I see any more subscribers, I also say thank you. I say this at the end as well, because I do appreciate you subscribing to my channel very much. So you can feel the thank you across the vibes. So when I see it, thank you. Okay, so thanks so much. So I'll show you how to make this layer cake journal, mini journal. Okay, you can put that in. Actually, you can put that in a pocket of a journal. It's not that big. It's not that wide. You could put it in a pocket if you wanted. I think it's only 1/8 of an inch wide, so if you've got some room anywhere, that would be great, wouldn't it? Or you could tuck it in the beginning or end of a journal in a little pocket, those gusset pockets. I love doing those. Okay, as well, you could do that, no problem. Or it would stand on its own as a little gift. Or you could actually you could actually do a tie. I haven't done the tie, but you could actually make a tie, but I left it as it is. But you could actually tie it with some tulle or some ribbon or some whatever, couldn't you, as well? So I'll say let's go. Right, so I've been gluing these on. Right, these index cards. Now these are pretty ones with... The reason I'm using these ones is because they've got this pretty edge. Now the papers in the UK and probably Europe are 15 centimetres, which is less than 6 inches, and those cards are 6 inches. So what I'm doing is putting them down on here with my Scotch glue. Right, now I've discovered something really good about that new bone folder I got. I had to look at it to see what it was. I have to look at it with half closed eyes to find out what I'm just talking about. Right, so let's leave those globs there. You'll see in a minute what happens. I think that might be, I don't know if that's part of another one, but we'll see what happens to the globs, see if they do actually come out. Yep. Right, okay. Right, that'll do, won't it? Like that. So I'm putting it, so I've got a little thing around the edge. I've made sure that that's a little bit shorter than 4 inches as well. I'm cutting the papers. So I've cut the papers. There they are. There's the little bumpy thing. So you've got bumpy things there. So I'm going to flatten this and do it probably like a brayer does. Yeah. It hasn't. It's actually, I thought it might have brought it out because there's a glob there, but it didn't. It spread it. It spread it inside. Interesting to know, and now I've got to wipe that with my glue. I've just cut this glue cloth from the calico. Yeah, I still need to buy them. Actually, I don't buy them. They come free with the pins. Very useful tool that is. Okay, so I'm going to do, I don't even know where my thing is, so I've got all these done. Index cards. I've decided to use index cards because they're such a lovely size. But the ones I've got are 6 by 4 inches. And obviously, as I said, the papers aren't 15 centimetres, that's less than 6. Okay. So basically I'm doing a layer cake. Yeah, this is my own design, so I hope you like it. Because I'm scoring, I'm going to go back a bit, okay. Right. Oh, look, sewing machine things. That's, I don't know, is it something to do with... It's got lots of cactus in that one and that one. These are origami papers. So I thought did I show you that on video? I can't remember, did I not? Oh yeah, I did. I think I showed you that one, didn't I? Right, so cover, which is going to be this one. Oh, not the cover, not the actual cover. It's going to be that one. That's the one. That's the one. It is this one. Okay, so that one. I've got to find me. That's that. Right, so I'm using this Me On Memory Keeper's bone folder. For some reason it went off. I was just saying, you need to score on the back. Okay, so 2.5 and 5 inches, and that's the right way up, and that's like this, and you can round the corners as well. Yeah, look, I mixed that up. But anyway, we're not using it like that. And this one we're scoring at, right, yeah, definitely 2.5 and 5 inches is one. It doesn't really matter what you use, which ones you use. Use this one for the next one, which I score at. So I score that at 3 inches and at 5 and 5/8 of an inch, or you can turn it round and score at 3/8 of an inch both sides. Oh dear, is that right? Look at that. Oh, it's right, it is against the... I say, because sometimes it looks like it's not against the side, but it is. Right, so that would be folded like this. Yeah, you can fold it on you. Fold it on your scoreboard, as I do. Right, there we go. Or you can remove your scoreboard and fold it. Do as I say, not as I do. Right, I'm thinking about making a full both sides thing, because I find that easier actually, so I might do that. I'll use this 2.5 inch one. Right, so I'm going to try and get that in the middle. I'm going to make a thumb notch at the top, even though I haven't... Yeah, I think you do that before anyway, don't you, normally? Right, let's see if I can do it. So I'm getting it in between this and that rather than that and that, because that's going to be glued to the page. Right, come on, where are we, dear? There we go, dear. Right, so we're going to get that a bit further in like that. Is that the middle-ish? Move up here a little bit. Oh, it's done it, yeah. So all that jangling. Did you hear all that jangling? Jangling, unless it was that, something to do with that. There. Right, making a pocket, you would glue along here and along one of the sides. So I'm going to do that as well. Just do that down there. Give it a good... Yeah, it's very useful having one of them. Or you can do it with... I tell you what, you can also do it with this. Something like a cloth as well. That will get it all down. Then you won't be rubbing your fingers on the paper. Yeah. And also scissors, obviously, but I think that's a very good thing as well. Right, to make sure we haven't... Probably spread all the glue to the inside now. Right, I don't think we have, but we'll try. Right, let's try it with this. Very pretty, yeah. Let's try it with that. So I've got plenty of room in there. Okay, there we go. So I've glued that pocket, and I've also folded, wherever it is, here. This. So I'm going to put this, that's the back. The back. Yes, it is actually the back. And that is going to be fixed there in between. So that's how you fix without using sewing. I mean, I suppose you could sew it in, but I'm not going to sew it in. I'd be messing about. Right then. You remember those little teeny weeny houses I made, or teeny tiny houses, I called it in one thing. Yes. Oh, yes, a very good way to do this is actually fold it down. That bit gives you a bit of a layer look. Yay. Right, so that I get that into there. I'm going to fold that over. That doesn't count as the layer, that's the bag. Although it's layering from the other end. Yeah. Anyway, the little houses I made, yes, somebody said they'd already seen them somewhere. Cat something. Something to do with cat somebody. I hadn't seen them on there. I'd seen them where what I got the idea from was, what's the name? Septeria 18 had got some little embellishment and it had houses. I thought, well, you could make those. So I had a go, and I made them, and I thought, well, if I make them, and then I thought, well, I could draw them on, but I thought the way I did it was quite effective, using the separating the windows and that. But I did get a die cut of little houses, and I'm going to put it on the group, actually, some pictures, but sorry, I forgot, it's all downstairs. When you put the die cut on, when you've done the die cut, it's fine to do the little things with, like, say, Uniposca pens or something like that. Right then, so now, which one am I doing now? There's another one here, and I've used normal cardboard for that, but I'm going to try and use a piece of this. Oh, I've just stuck it on, that's right, so it's part of one. So if you've got a scrap piece, or a scrap piece of cardstock, if you like. I don't understand what cardstock, what's card in American, is it different? Right, that's because Americans say cardstock, and obviously that's a universal thing. If Americans say it, other people will say it. Right, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to use 2.5 inches of this. 2.5, yes it is. Right, so here is, doesn't really matter which way round, there you go, does it? Anyway, this is 2.5. If you've got a scrap piece of card, that's great, or you can use that for something else, perhaps. Okay. Right, scoring 1/2 inch. Are we that way around? Yeah, it's going to be upside down then, isn't it? Doesn't matter. I'm going to corner round. I just realised that's a bit bulky there. I don't know whether I can flatten it. Let's have a look. Oh, I think I tried on the other one. It did exactly the same thing. I should have done that before. But it still works. So what I'm going to, what I did a lot, I've got a flat. So yeah. Yeah, so when you've glued that on, try and flatten that out. I mean, it works fine, it's fine. Or pull it a bit more. I don't know. It might pull it apart, I don't know. Right, I don't want that. Right, well, I'm going to have it like that on top. I'm having the patterns. Yes, I just put it onto there like that. That's another layer. Oh, they're both green, aren't they? I didn't, yeah, different colours. Okay, I didn't, yeah, don't think about what colours you're using, because it does turn out to be really nice, unless it's something like really clashy. Unless you're not using colours and you're using vintage stuff, which is a lot of browns, isn't it, and creams and things, which would work fine. So then we go along and get our Yeah, there it is. Couldn't even see that, it's right in front of me. Okay, you bet you all could see that. So there it is, it's there. Right, so there we go. Right, so that's done that. So that looks like part of that cover actually, because that's so flush against that. It's really good. It does make it really. You can you can hear it. You can't feel it. Right, okay, and then I'm going to make a cover. Right, cover. Right, I'm going to make it slightly different because this is what I did for that. Yeah. You don't have to do this at all. Part of this will do. Half of that. Half of one of these. So half of one of those. Okay. Apparently these were new to Amazon. Got these. They were really nice. Really, really nice. Yeah, my husband said they look like Victorian thing. I said yes. I said yes, Mark, they are Victorian. Right, okay, so there's mushrooms and all sorts of words and everything, you know, like sort of random words. It's connected sort of thing, but random. That's quite interesting. So I'm going to put some washi tape on. You don't have to use washi tape, you can use anything. Strips of scraps, but as I've got these, yes, and I'm using them left to right as intended. I'm going to stick that on there. Let's see if it's straight. No, it's not. Hold on. Let's try and get that bit straight. Oh, it's not taking the paper up, which is good. The reason I can't see is because obviously if you can hear me moving a bit closer. Can you hear me? Can you hear me moving closer? That's hilarious. Right, let's get. I'm gonna get this one. I didn't use this one. I used foxes on something. I think it was a. No, it wasn't that big. It's this one, I think. Can you give me a clue? It's hilarious. Oh, I've got to have that butterfly, haven't you? Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's overlap like that. I'm going to cut them off actually, rather than. Oh no. Yeah, that'd be fine. And let's have a go. What? Right, son wants me to get rid of some of his clothes. I'm going to do that in a minute, and then I'll have to come back to this later because he wants to do it now. Right, okay, so let me just cover this then quickly. Right, I don't even know where I was now. My husband, not husband, son wanted me to help him sort out his clothes. So, right, no idea where any others. I don't know where my little green scissors have gone, but I like them. I love those little green scissors. I'm just going to cut these edges off. Right, so that's the, oh dear, look, I didn't even do that. That's the cover. Oh, it's upside down now. Yay, cover. So what you do with this, which is quite interesting, I think, oh, you can also score it, because what happened yesterday is I needed a sort of a thing on it. You can do it what size you like. I'm going to do obviously something like this. And I'm going to score these because, and then I'm going to flatten it along here, because that's the way it is, and I'm going to have to move. Look at me, just shoving everything. Yeah, shove it all out of the way, and then we'll get the scoreboard. I know it's terrible, isn't it? I know. Did you notice all the other YouTubers don't do that? They sort of really clear the table and everything, and then I'm there not doing that. I'm going to actually make that slightly. Right, so this turns out to be around 1.5 inches. Where's the thing? Oh, it's there. Right, so it turns out to be 1.5 inches. Let me measure this. If I measure this, then I'm going to be about the same, aren't I? Oh, it's actually 1 3/4. Does that make sense? Not to me. 1 3/4. Right, so I think I did it about the same. So here. Now I think 1.5 inches is fine. So I'm going to score. That's the front. Oh, do you know what I did? Oh, yeah. Right, so I did this actually. So that might be worth doing that. That's quite fun to do it like that. So you've got a little thing there. And I glued that completely down. Let's have a look. That's a 1.5. See that? 1.5. Oh, is that 3 inches then? Oh, that's weird. It doesn't seem to... Logic help. My husband's just offered to listen out for... just made me a cup of tea actually. But he's offered to listen out for the parcels. I said, oh, I have to listen out for the parcels if you got something coming. I says, yeah. That's good. So I'm putting a score there, but I'm not going to actually use that score line, am I? I'm going to make it... I'm going to do... Right, so which one am I doing? So that's going to be the front score line. I'm going to make that back a bit shorter. Yes, let's make the back a bit shorter. Let's have it there. And then... So you need several score lines actually, really, in reality. So 1.25 is going to be the one. 1.5, 1.25 definitely. And then I might come along. I'm going to come along, but I'm going to come along. And it's hilarious, isn't it? Come along. That's not big. That's not the same, is it? That's far too... That's tiny. I'm going to move that in. I'm going to regret not making that like that if I do it shorter. Oh, I'm missing half the butterfly. Yeah, so you can work, you can do what you like. You can actually do a method if you like. I'm doing a guess. Right, so I am... I'll find out how much is behind. 1 inch, just over an inch. Just over an inch, so 1 1/8 or something. That's going to come out. So 1 1/4, 1.5. I'm going to score. It doesn't matter because it will even out anyway. And then possibly a bit more there. 1 3/4. I don't know even if it. Yeah, no, I don't know if that's too big. Right then. So let's see if we can get this right and not mess about anymore. By rounding the corners, I think that's going to help actually. All the other corners are rounded. Right, I've done several score lines along there and hopefully one of them will work. Yeah, so here we go, yeah. Right, so that would be there. So I'm layering that there. Okay, and I'm going to... I didn't do that immediately actually, this. I didn't do that straight, but it makes it look like a proper little book, doesn't it, look? And I put washi tape there, and actually I've got more than one washi tape under there. Right, you don't have to put washi tape. You can put paper, little thin, fairly thin papers. What about some origami papers? They're quite cheap and cheerful, aren't they? A lot of them. Very pretty. But if you like vintage, obviously you won't be doing that, will you? Probably. Right. I like vintage, but I just don't do it. I love it. I love to see the vintagey stuff that people do, but I find it too, I don't know, too shabby and not my thing. It is my thing. I can do it. It's just not my thing exactly. Right, so what I'm going to do is fold that back like that, and then I'm going to glue here, and then I'm going to glue there. Okay. I'm not going to glue this. I'm going to glue this. I know it's probably the wrong thing, isn't it? Really. Just going to glue a bit of the way into there like that. So I'm going to have some fun. Right, let me just tell you how big the front cover. That's big, smaller than that, isn't it? That's about 1 1/4 inches. So I'm going to put that, fold that there. Okay, so it's 1 1/4. I think from there to there, is it? I don't know. I'm going to show you in a minute. Only I've only glued this top bit now because that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to find the score line, so it should be here somewhere, and fold that back. I love the way that looks. Oh, I've probably done it quite a bit more than that actually. That'll do. And then I'm going to glue the back. I did put some glue along here, so I'm going to flatten that with this, I think. So let's do that next. Well, look, let's do it like this then. Well, I'm still doing it on the scoreboard, aren't I? Do we need our scoreboard? Let's move. Mine and yours. Our scoreboard. Right, so put that on there. There we go. That Vasson Creative scoreboard is just fine, absolutely fine, nothing wrong with that. But I do like the styluses some other people get in the other sets. They're really good. You've got an envelope maker on the back of that as well. I did try it the other day. Not sure how to do it, but because I know how to use the envelope maker, it does actually, you can actually do it. Right, I'm not making that into a pocket. That's just going to be the back. It looks quite nice as the back, doesn't it, with this dragonfly, what's one of the dragonfly effect. I think he was trying to say effect together with dragonfly. Yeah, I was trying to say dragonfly and effect together, so that's why I came up with dragonfly. I think that came up with the effect bit, right? Or dragonfly effect, perhaps. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Ooh, yeah, I like that, don't you? It sounds cute, isn't it? That is. I love that. Perhaps a little bit less would be great. I don't know how much I've done it. So I'd say 1/4 inch would be perfect on that. Now if you want to do that as well, that is 3/8 inch. It wants to be a little bit less. Okay, and then, so this is basically our thing. This is what I made up, so this is my thing. I made this up. Okay, what's this? What's that? Why is that? Oh, it's not supposed to be. I'm going to say, what's up with that? Why is that like that? Okay, so there's your pocket, look, your thingy pocket. So that's glued in, and you've got a tuck there. Okay, and I haven't rounded the corners because it'll make holes. Okay, so there's your layers. Layer cake, layers. So now we could continue with a little bit more, couldn't we? Right then, what didn't I do? I didn't use this. So what I'm going to do is perhaps put it here, and then I'm able to make it into part of the layer actually, because I can make it tiny. Shall I make it a tiny bit bigger? I don't know. I'm not sure. More interruptions, right? Okay, it's fine. Right, I'm going to try and make this into a layer. I'm going to do it a little bit bigger than that. So let's have a look. This is I want the other ruler really. I'm going to get a ruler, you know. I'm getting a ruler. Do you know what I'm doing? Ooh, for Christmas. Let's see if it is for Christmas. I don't know. If I can't wait. Right, I might do that 1 3/8 inch. So I'm going to call that hasn't got its lid on. 1 3/8 inch. Let's try it. One and 3/8. There we go. Okay. Right, so what I'm doing is, so I'm getting a book binding kit for Christmas. Okay, I've ordered it myself. Oh, that's not very... Do you know what? I'm going to make that into a thingy, if I can find one. Into an inked up thing, because it doesn't show up. Well, it will do now, because that's really nice, that is. Right. I'm going to unusually round the pockets of the front, but I'm going to do it in small. Okay, and I'm going to make a notch. A notch in the sewing machine thing, yeah. If you've made clothes, you'll understand what I mean by notch. They're notches actually, those little things. It's just to guide you to make sure you're in the right place. Yeah. Yeah. So you've got to make little either cuts or tailor's tacks or something. Right, there we go. Let's see what that looks like. You probably won't see that bit there. Yeah, that gives a bit of a layer, doesn't it? It might make a little thing that goes over there as well. Yeah, it's fun doing this, isn't it? Making sure you've got the little layers in it. Yay. Yeah, it's fun. So it does involve a bit of measuring, doesn't it? Yeah, but that's fun. I think it's a fun result. I don't know if this is good. If this doesn't work, I'll have to rip it out. But I'm going to leave it in. Hold on, I haven't got that bit done. Right, so I'm obviously going to make sure that's not going to interfere with the fold, although I don't think it'll matter too much because it's fine. I'm just going to put it right up to there and see how that goes. Yeah, that's fine, because that's going to be actually glued down, isn't it? So it's not going to interfere. It's not going to interfere with that. So that's logic for you. So I'm getting my logic head on a bit. Yeah. When I start to talk like that, oh, logic head. There we go. I can glue that bit down. Look, if you see things like this that's not glued down, obviously, as soon as you see them, glue them, because it's done. And that's not like me. So if I'm saying that, it's definitely it's definitely worth it. Okay, so let's get that. So that's now completely done. Yeah, I'm just checking I'm on. Right, okay, so that's that. Switched it off to sneeze. Sometimes if I sneeze, I start sniffing and I don't realise I'm doing it. So if I'm doing it, I'm really sorry. So if I don't do that, you know why. Right, okay, yeah, so I was doing this and I've made a little pocket there. I didn't have my thing. I've actually found a way. You know, let's do it. Let me show you how I do that. Right, okay. Then let's use that. Right, so this is what we do. So we can do it like this. This is quite a good way, actually. So if you I'm making quite a big one. Obviously, it's not a real pocket, but I'm just showing you what you do. Right, so if you do, so to get the exact same size as the other side, do that little trick, look, you do with the tags. So then you get exactly the same size the other side. So that would be the equivalent to this. But as I've got my corner around, I might not be doing that. Actually, could we use perhaps a piece of this again? Or where's the other one? Oh no, I won't use that. Now let's use this one. Right, so this piece is I'm just tipping that off there. Right, okay. 2 1/4 by. I say 2 1/4. I'm going to move it up to there, just a little bit higher. Let's do a square one. 2 1/4. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. 2 1/4 down 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Round. I'm going to round the corners and cut a notch. Okay. If you noticed, I've left that and used that as the top. I thought that'd be quite nice. And I'm using the same that for my pocket. Right, this is where it goes into. Made it a bit bigger actually, a bit taller. So I'm moving it away from there. I'm putting it against there because that is just over 2 1/4. I made it slightly, as I said, slightly taller. I said that. I'm getting older and repeating myself. Right, there we go. Alright, okay. Now we're on here. I'm trying to really put it on there. So I'm going to put it on the edge. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, so I've rounded the corners the same. Yeah. I've rounded the corner, trying to move it in. I rounded the corners the same so they now fix against each other, so I could put that against there. Perfect, hey? Right, perfect in the junk journaling world, yeah. That is perfect in the junk journal world, isn't it? There we go. So now I've done that. So I've got that as a pocket and this as a pocket. And obviously that as a pocket and this as a pocket. I did put a little notch on that, but I don't think it matters. Right, is that basically the whole thing? I could finish now, I think. Nearly. Oh yeah, it's putting that on as well. Decorating, you can decorate as much as you like. Oh, that's not got anything in it. That was actually this, wasn't it? I've used stickers, but what it lacks is a background, so I'm thinking about putting, definitely doing this. I was thinking about actually stenciling first, because if I use this colour, that cream card, it looks very bland. Or another way, another brilliant option is cut up one of your wildflower books. How about that? Put that on card. Perfect. Perfect in the junk journal world. Right, okay, so that goes in there. See, that slips in there nicely, look. And it's got, you know, you could see a little ribbon or whatever you're using. It's poking out of the envelopes. That's what I've got on there. Right, I've done this, right, envelopes, but look. I've got one that side and one that side. That's because I accidentally made the tuck spot this side. So you can, that's fine as a design, isn't it? Right, envelopes, we know how to make these envelopes without an envelope maker. Right, the ones I've used, right, so this is an exact size card. Rather than it says like 1 by 2 inches on the envelope maker. So the exact size is just under 2 inches by 1, really? Oh, is it 1.5? No, I don't know. Just under 1.5 actually. So I probably didn't if I did it right size. So the envelope maker isn't accurate. That's fine, look, that's fine. I'm not sure, actually. Let me just check on the envelope maker. Then, yeah, it's supposed to be the 1 inch by 2 one, but obviously it's a lot bigger. Turns out a lot bigger. And that's that one. So the paper I used was 2 7/8. There's no reason why you couldn't use a 3-inch piece of paper if you wanted. If you're not doing if you're not making it with an envelope maker, and you use, you know, 3-inch piece of paper, so cut a 6-inch. Well, actually, the UK ones might be ideal if you cut them into the. And yeah, I've cut cards, so I actually cut the cards to fit the envelope rather than the 1 by 2 inches because I think it's a waste of space. Yeah. Right, I've been making using the envelope maker to make these. Right, there's a couple of things that I don't like about the ones I've made. That's going to go right down there, even though it's been corner rounded. I don't know why it's different. They turn out differently. I don't know if it's me or the way I've used it. I'm going to make that a little bit shorter by using the shorter, yes, I'm going to make it a little bit shorter by using this. You could cut a bit off actually, but as I sometimes do. I think that would work, wouldn't it? Would work. Would work, yeah. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, you've got that there. I think I pulled the tab off because it was still on a bit. Right, but this one, another mistake. I wasn't concentrating and actually did the score line at 1 3/4 again, which I originally did. But I notice if you do close it, it's fine. You don't really, especially because it's so coloured. Or you could put that over the top, I suppose, if you wanted. But, you know, it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to glue that. Okay, even though it's got that notch there, it's fine. Okay, so I'm not sure if that's the same. It's exactly the same. Yeah, it is. It's turned out to be the same down there. So I'm going to put this here. Just so you know how distance between there is the same. A little, I'm doing that. Let's see. Or you can cut them off, as I said, but that works. That works a lot. So you can do that or cut it off. Oh yeah, very different sizes. Let's just pull that down a bit. Okay. Very different sizes, look, yeah. Very hilarious, isn't it? So, right. There we go. So that should be about the same. So I'm going to put them in my little thing. Decided to use really highly coloured. This is origami paper. Right, so you can either tuck spot, use them as a tuck spot, which I like. So I'm going to glue there and there, different to what I did before. And again, I'm putting it this side. Someone's laughing his head off. Yeah, there we go. Right, so that leaves two little tuck spots behind as well. Okay, and where's my thing? It's there, look. I can do that. Do a bit of that. Okay, that was actually very scruffy paper because I'd found it and it's all screwed up, so I thought I'd use it. Right, so all you've got to do now is make little tags to go in. Let me show you what I've done on this one. I've actually got 3 in here because I liked this. That's actually a rubber stamp. I closed my eyes then to think what it was. And that would fit in there-ish. Yes, it does. But I need that now because that's a bit thicker. I need that a bit bigger, so that would be a little bit bigger. So what you've got to do is measure there, and that would be, say, take off about, so that'd be 1 1/8 of an, oh no, an eighth, yeah, 1 1/8 of an inch, I think, by, let's see what that is, because that did fit, about 3/4 of an inch or something would be ideal. Look what I did. I thought what she would do with a tab. I don't think it looks right, does it? Yeah, so you could actually make that look a lot better if you've got a background. I think a background would look good if you got something, or inked it up or something. It looked fine then, I think. It's just that it looks so. But that one as well, look. That one's just a sticker on a piece, and that would, I would be able to make that a bit bigger as well on this one. This one not. This one's about right. Okay, so if I put them in there, put that, say, in here. There. Yeah, I made it from, I don't know, rubber stamped it. I said that, didn't I? Right, okay. So there's this one as well. So I've got this. So again, it looks a bit bare, but that would go in, that size thing would go in a pocket there. Let's measure that for you. That is 3 1/2 by 1 7/8. That's what fits in that comfortably. I think that's about just over 2 inches, isn't it? Obviously you've got those 2 little pockets, so I've used 2 7/8 paper. If you're using that method I showed you in our other video, where you, right, let me show you again because it's very simple. So you get your card, whatever card size you've got, and put it in the middle. Then you put I've got the thing over here, so I used this. What did I do? I can't remember what I did, but I used, this is part of it anyway, so I used this. I used a piece of paper. Oh, that was the size of the card I needed, was it? I think that was the size of the card I needed. I can't, do you know what? I can't remember what I did. Then I did it something else. It's on a video somewhere. It's on a video somewhere. It's the, oh, which one is it? I don't know which one it is. I'll have to link the video and did it on below. It's only a very, very recent one. So if you watched my videos recently, you would have seen me do this. Recently, as in November 2022. I've definitely done that on a video. It's somewhere, it's not the minis. It's it's the one after it, I think. And it's a very good method of doing that without, and accurately, without using a envelope maker. If you can't do that, if you've got the mini envelope maker, ideal, yeah. So I have a bit of practice with that because that's fun. And there's my, look at I used one of my little labels, but I rounded the corner after, so ideally that should be a bit further up here. But that doesn't look too bad. I've managed to find an inker upper downstairs when I was doing it downstairs, and I've got a hole in it, but I was going to make the hole, but I only had that little tiny hole put. So there we've got our little thing then. So we've got our little journaling space there, look. So this is a proper little journal. So it's like an index card journal layer cake style. So, and there's another one. Show. Oh, that shows, look. So you've got it all showing really, haven't you? Got that showing, this showing, that and that. So it's proper layer cake, and that's the back. So that's a bit of a layer on the back as well. Obviously that has to be a little bit shorter because of the pocket. And that you could make the pocket a tiny pocket, I suppose. Or no, you don't want to make that any shorter, do you? Right, yeah, so that's an inch there. Yeah, you can make it, I suppose you could actually make it a little bit longer if you wanted and made a proper layer. But I like that as it is. And I also love this effect. Journaling space there. And obviously you've got journaling there as well if you like. So this is why the beauty of index cards. You can use plain. There's some. I know we don't seem to get many in this country. I've got some mini, very small ones. It's got blank on one side, but that looks fine, doesn't it? And if you like this effect and you can't get any cards with that effect, just draw around the edge. It looks brilliant. It looks really nice. Okay, so I've got 24 inches of tulle. Let's show you. I'm going to put it on this one. Okay, I've actually got it a bit skew with you. Let's make sure it's sort of in the middle-ish. I think one side should be slightly longer, but I don't know which side, so we'll just go with the flow. So then you cross in the middle like a parcel. Well, this is a nice flat parcel, so that's good, isn't it? And then we'll bring it round. I've only got white tulle, so there we go. It shows that nice butterfly off quite well, doesn't it? Okay, and oops, that always happens, doesn't it? Right, there we go. That'll do like that. That's fine. Let's put that little bit shorter, that one, and then pull it tight again. Let's do that with those, don't we? So that's that one. If you're noticing I'm wearing different clothes, it's because I've just thought about doing this on a different day. I've done that one with that one. That's organza. There we go. And so that's the same thing. So there's the pack shot. Oh, the pack shot. Put that in there and something. Oh, I've got a new boomful. We don't know about that on that day, do we? Anyway, and let's carry on. Very, very important that I say to you that I do appreciate it so much if you give me a thumbs up. It is amazing. Got quite a few thumbs ups for my apology video, which was hilarious. Yeah, it's a tongue-in-cheek apology, because I'd uploaded a video I didn't mean to. That's all, and obviously it's an excuse to make a video. That was so much fun. Yeah. Okay, right. So thank you so much if you've subscribed to my channel. That is magic. It's really magic when I see a new subscriber come onto my channel, because it does help my channel grow. I think, oh, we're going in the right direction. We're getting a few more. Brilliant. Thank you. And I say, oh, thank you so much. Even though you can't hear me, I say that. Oh, I say thank you. And so if you have subscribed to my channel and then you do, remember that I will say thank you. I always say thank you to the phone. I go, oh, thank you. So remember, you will be thanked. It'll go out across wherever you are and say, oh, on the vibes, and you'll feel a thank you. It's hilarious, isn't it? Anyway, thank you so much for watching today, and goodbye.